So it's been about 5 or 6 years since I've done a video like this, like an actual video like this. Like this is like I've updated favorite concealers, foundations, and powders for women of color. I really hope you guys enjoy these videos and these videos.
Go Cinderella, orgasm blush lipstick.
Time for foundations, and I'm gonna start this thing off with black-owned business, Juvias Place, baby. So let me stop being extra. Okay, so this is Juvias Place, and this is their foundation stick. It's actually kind of like a multi-purpose stick or something like that, but I also call it foundation stick. And I have this in like Guyana, I think it's Guyana or something like that. I'm saying it wrong. Like Guinea. I think it's Guinea. Is that it? Like guinea pig, but it may not be pronounced the same way as guinea pig, but it's pronounced like a guinea pig. You know what I'm saying? But I love this foundation. It's like the first foundation stick that I've ever owned. And the reason is because, you know, I have like textured skin, acne scarring, things like that. And my skin is going crazy, sis, for real. I haven't been tasting all that. So I kind of was like, oh, it may not look good on my skin because, you know, when I photos of people who had like clearer skin, people whose skin look better than mine, you know, like blemish free, like not like every, you know, like stuff like that, like just like perfect skin. Only I can wear this for like an everyday look. But no, this foundation stick really shocked me. I really love it. It's really creamy, it's easy to apply, it doesn't cost a lot of money. Like I love it. This is definitely like one of my favorite foundation sticks. Matter of fact, this is like the only foundation stick that I own, so yeah, I'm a little biased. My next foundation is this baby, and speaking of shade range, shade range, what is that? Now this foundation, don't get me wrong, this foundation is very nice. It applies very nice, and it gets like a smooth finish. It's oil free, you know, which is good for my skin because I'm, you know, combination acne prone skin. I have combination acne prone skin. But the thing is, this is the shade Cocoa. This is my shade. I think it's like one more shade after this, and like the shades that come afford or like light. So, editing Kiana here. After going on Walmart.com, I realized that they do carry a lot more shades in this foundation that just weren't available at my local Walmart. It applies very nicely. It leaves a demi matte finish. It's full coverage. It can be full coverage. Is it full coverage? It has medium coverage, and it's also has like a lightweight feel to it. But the only bad thing is like the shade range, the lack of, you know, shade range, and also it's like, I think it's like $11. So that's probably like the only thing. It's either 10, almost 11, $10, well 11 with tax, or just $11 flat. But yeah, it's kind of expensive to me. But I mean, I like it. I don't get like that because it's $11. I am kind of cheap, so yeah, that's that. Now this next shade, like shade range, she's familiar with her. This is the infamous Maybelline's Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation. If you watch TV, you've heard about this. Like, you've seen the commercial about it. This foundation is the bomb ditty. I think it's like $4 or $5 with tax. $4 or $5 with tax. I love it. I'm in the shade 360 Mocha. Like a decent shade range. I don't think the shades are like anything like special, but I do believe that it does have a nice, they added more shades to their collection. I do think that they did. That's have like a dewy one, but my skin is oily, so I stay away from dewy foundations. And I like this one though. It applies very smoothly. It can be full coverage. I think you have to build it up for it to be full coverage. And it's also poreless, so I really like this foundation. And it's cheap. My last and final foundation, we have the Revlon Colorstay foundation. This is probably like my favorite foundation ever. This and the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. Those are my favorite foundations, but we're talking like, you know, drugstore now. But majority of my foundations are drugstore because I don't know, I just haven't really feeling any high-end foundations like that. I don't know. This foundation is just amazing. I like the way it goes into my skin just flawlessly. This shade matches me to a T. That's another reason why I love it. It's cheap. I forgot how much it costs, but it's really cheap. I do remember it's just like it's just like a good foundation. It's just like, you know, you just like put a foundation on, you feel like, you know what, this foundation is, this is my foundation. Like, this is it. You know, you have like a bunch of favorite like foundations, but you just put, you know, it's like you have the one, and it's just like, yeah, this is definitely it. This is like my favorite foundation ever. This is how I feel about this foundation. Like, this foundation is the bomb diggity. I love this foundation. So we move on to our concealer portion of the video, and I'm gonna start this off with the infamous I had to think about what the oh my goodness. I'm starting off with this LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this actually is in my shade. This is a beautiful bronze. I love this shade. I love like highlighting with it. No, I can't highlight with this. I use this shade for color correcting, but they have other shades that, you know, people use for highlighting and contour. Like back in the Gap, like a couple years ago, these shades were like really popular. First they were like cheap. They were like, I think they were like $2, $2.99. I started to go up on the prices. Now they're like, I think $4. I think I paid like $4 for this. I'm not sure, which isn't a lot, but it's like when you're used to a product going, like when you know the product price is going up, it's kind of like, dang. I think they were like I said, they were like $2.99 at beauty supply stores, you know, but they've like gone up on the price of these foundation like a lot. This concealer a lot, like a whole lot. Concealer is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. It's really nice. I love the way that it blends out. It just blends out effortlessly. One thing I don't like is this little thing, because I feel like it like harbors bacteria. But other than that, I really love this concealer. Probably one of my favorites of all time, honestly. The next concealer is my ColourPop. It's like their No Matte Filter Concealer. And this particular concealer I mainly use like clean up my eyebrows and to also prime my eyelids. I tried it on my face one day. Like I think when I first got it, I tried it to just concealer. I didn't like it, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, you know, use this as a you know, a concealer I can use to clean up under my eyebrows when I do them. So that's why I use this concealer for. And I mean, it's pretty good. It blends out really nice or whatever, and that's why I use it. So we have another black on product, and it's also by the same people. This is Juvia's Place, like their concealer. I don't know the name of the exact name of their concealer, but she thick. Like this concealer is thick. Like the concealer is kind of thick. I love this concealer. It's easy to blend out. I really love the applicator on it. It's like the dough shaped applicator, I think. And it's just nice. I think it's like $12, and you can find it online. I think it's only online. I don't know if they have moved onto like in stores or not, but I think it's just only online. But it's a pretty nice concealer. Okay, so I know I might get like a little flack for this because everybody, they have like a they seem to have like a love-hate relationship with MORPHE on here. I don't know why, but my next product is from MORPHE, and this is their concealer. I don't know the name of it, but this is their concealer that I use. I use to color correct my face. It's in the shade C4.65, and I actually bought another one of these recently because I know say like MORPHE had like a Labor Day sale or something like that, and they had like a bunch of like items on sale, and this is one of them. So I was like, okay, let me get one extra in case they're, you know, they're about to discontinue them, which I really hope that they don't do. I really hope that they don't. And you know, like ColourPop had like a sale on their foundations, stuff like that, like their no filter matte concealers and their foundations. I think it was just like their foundation. But I feel like it was one of those situations, and I wasn't sure really, and I'm still not sure, so I just picked up another one just in case. My next concealer is from by Elf, and this is their 16-hour Camo concealer. I know you probably have seen this concealer everywhere. It's like extremely popular, and I definitely know why. It's just the consistency is amazing. It's easy to blend out, and it doesn't break your pockets. It's like it's not a lot of money. You're not spending like a buckaroos. It's a little cute or whatever. Like it's nice. It's just flawless. It's amazing. Like chef's kiss. For our next and last portion of this video, we'll be covering our favorite powders. Well, my favorite powders for women of color. You may see some of your favorites in this category. If you do, please comment down below. If you ain't heard any of these products in this video, I know you heard about this one. Like, any other product in this video, I know you heard about this one. This is like the Airspun Loose Face Powder. A lot of people use this to color correct. Not color correct, what am I saying? A lot of people use this to protect their face, which is exactly why I use it. I have it in the shade Translucent Extra Coverage. Honestly, I like the way it makes my under eye look, but this is like my first time using like a setting powder that's not like yellow based, you know, like I've always been told like yellow concealer, like yellow powders are the best for baking dark complexion, so that's why I mainly use yellow. But this is actually pretty decent for like a translucent, you know, coverage. It has like a lot, the coverage is pretty decent. It's pretty cool to me. I mean, I see why it's pretty raved about. You just have to make sure you blend it out right, because if not, you're like a floating ghost head. You have to make sure you're very careful when it comes to putting color back in your face after you use it. So you have to make sure you blend it out really good with a powder that matches your skin tone. If you do that, you're good to go. It's like amazing. So make sure eye under eye just pop. You look very awake. It does what needs to be done, period. So I don't think they say this powder anymore. This is Black Radiance pressed powder in Mahogany, rich Mahogany to be exact. I don't have to throw this away. You see, I really love this. I've hit pan. So you can see I really loved it at one point. Yeah, this is like always gonna be like my favorite, like one of my favorite powders ever. Like contour powders, whatever you want to say. Like always gonna be one of my favorites. And I do need to throw this away because yeah. The next product is from Black Radiance, and as you can see, I love Black Radiance because I also hit pan on this one as well. This is their soft True Complexion Soft Focus Finishing Powder. This powder is like very nice. It's nice. Like I feel like it's a good dupe for Sephora's Micro Smooth Powder Foundation. I want this to be a good dupe for that because it's just flawless to make sure its makeup look nice. It's just nice. Like I said, this one has to be done. It doesn't break the bank either. Like I love it. You guys, my next product is also from Black Radiance. This is their loose setting powder, and this is in banana. We were just talking about this, how, you know, people usually of my skin tone usually do like a banana setting powder, and this is the one that I use. I also use like the Guinea setting powder, but this is like a cheaper, but this is like extremely, this is like, what I'm trying to say, I talk fast, I'm sorry y'all. This one is a lot cheaper, honestly. It's less pricier. It does not cost a lot of buckaroos, you know. You don't have to spend a lot of money just to get like a flawless finish. And I love this stuff. This stuff is really nice. I think this was like recently released, probably about like a year or two ago, or not even like a year or two, or a year and a half ago. Probably about a year ago they released this, and I actually like it. It's pretty decent. Okay, so the next one's like one of my favorite, probably like my favorite powder. I use this powder for my like favorite powder, like face powder, like powder that's my actual skin tone, and it's like the Sephora Micro Smooth. What is that powder foundation or whatever it's called? What's the name? It just says Micro Smooth. It just says Micro Smooth right here, y'all. Yeah, it's like my Sephora. I think it's like Bates foundation powder or something like ish whatever. And actually, Alyssa actually put me on to this. I love this stuff. Some people like rave about it on social media. At one point, I thought they were gonna rumors gonna run and they were gonna discontinue it. So I ended up buying two, and guess what? It's still up. So it's like, dang. So yeah, I have two of these because I thought they were gonna run out. Like that's how obsessed I am with this powder. I love it so much. This gets the job done. Like this baby will have your skin looking like makeup looking flawless. And if Alyssa actually uses it, you know it does what it needs to be done, period. That's it for my favorite concealers, foundations, and powders. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and please leave down your favorite concealer, foundation, or powder down below. And you can leave all three down if you want to. I'll make sure I leave like my foundation shades down below so you guys can get like a better understanding of like my I guess skin tone actually, or like my shade. I know some people use that like when they're trying to get like concealers, like a certain like when I search for like concealers or foundations, they like kind of like use other people as references. So I'm gonna start probably put in the description box on every video like my shade range just to help somebody out. So bye you guys, love you guys, and good night, morning, or whenever you're watching this, and be blessed. Bye bye.